Hello everybody, this is the underwriting guy here. This week we're going to discuss FHA student loans and the changes that just recently occurred. This is going to be a quick one this week, but it's going to be a very important one to know with case numbers assigned after 8/16/2021. Let's start off by discussing the guideline, then we can get into the difference between the new guideline and the old guideline. The new FHA guideline is very similar to Freddie's guideline on student loans, but there are some differences. The mortgagee must include all student loans in the borrower's liabilities, regardless of the payment type or status of the payment. Student loans refers to liabilities incurred for educational purposes. Basically, this means that if there is a balance on a student loan, there's going to be a payment attached to it, even if your credit report shows 0. If the payment used for the monthly obligation is less than the monthly payment reported on the borrower's credit report, the mortgagee must obtain written documentation of the actual monthly payment, the payment status, and evidence of the outstanding balance and terms from the creditor or student loan servicer. This is basically stating that if you have a payment on your credit report, but the actual monthly payment that the borrower is paying is less, we can use that less payment, but we have to fully document it. Obviously, if the student loan is forgiven, canceled, discharged, or paid in full, we do not have to hit the borrower with the payment. Let's get into calculation of the monthly obligation. For outstanding student loans, regardless of the payment status, the mortgagee must use the payment amount reported on the credit report or the actual documented payment when the payment amount is above 0. This is very, very important. When the payment amount is above 0. I could see mortgage professionals trying to use the income-driven payment plan of 0 for this guideline to qualify, but you cannot use that. Or 0.5% of the outstanding loan balance when the monthly payment reported on the borrower's credit report is 0. This guidance is effective for all case numbers assigned after August 16th, 2021, but your mortgage lender may start using these policies now. Check with your mortgage lender. Let's highlight the main differences between the old guideline and the new guideline. The old guideline, we had to use 1% of the outstanding student loan balance, or we had to find out what the fully amortized payment will be, no matter what the borrower is actually paying. The new guideline gives us some breathing room, and it also aligns more with the reality of the borrower's repayment. Instead of using 1% of the outstanding balance, the change lets us use 0.5%. The new change also lets us use the payment reported on the credit report, even if the 0.5% is more than the payment on the credit report. FHA also now allows us to use the actual payment the borrower is paying with documentation, as the old guideline states it's either 1% or the fully amortized amount. One of the biggest changes FHA made is to allow us to use the income-based repayment obligation program. But we have to be very careful because at this time, FHA does not allow us to ever use $0 for a monthly payment if there's an outstanding balance. Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Please make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Please help get the word out, as you never know who will benefit from my content. See you guys all next week.